That afternoon, the silence of the luxurious mansion shattered unexpectedly. For the first time in months, a little girl's loud laughter echoed across the garden. Even the guards at the gate were startled. They hadn't heard that sound in a very long time. At that exact moment, standing on the balcony, Arvind Malhotra almost dropped his coffee cup. His heart began to race. That sound. It was his daughter Ananya's laughter. Without wasting a second, he rushed to the balcony and looked down. But what he saw shook him deeply. His daughter was laughing, and in front of her, a barefoot boy in torn clothes was dancing in the strangest way. He wasn't a doctor. He wasn't a therapist. It's just a ragpicker. Anger and confusion filled Arvind's eyes. How did this boy get inside? But then his gaze shifted to Ananya's sparkling eyes, and he froze. Arvind Malhotra was one of Mumbai's biggest industrialists, a man whose name commanded respect. Everything he touched turned successful. Yet despite all his wealth, there was a void in his life. That silence lived inside his home. His 8-year-old daughter Ananya, once full of life, now sat quietly in a wheelchair. After losing her mother in a tragic accident, she had also lost the ability to walk. She used to chase butterflies, laugh endlessly. Now her world was just a room and a window. Her laughter had disappeared. Arvind tried everything: doctors, treatments, therapies, across countries, but nothing worked. Until that day. That boy, Shvam. Homeless, alone, but alive with a strange kind of joy. Without saying a word, he began acting silly, falling, spinning, making funny faces. At first, Ananya just watched. Then, a small smile appeared, and suddenly she laughed. A real laugh, the kind that had been missing for months. Hearing it, Shivam's eyes lit up. He danced even more energetically. Ananya clapped, laughed louder, her eyes shining again. From above, Arvind watched in disbelief. No medicine, no money, just pure human connection. Something inside him changed. The next day, Shivam returned. And the day after that, soon it became routine. Every evening, he danced. Every evening, Ananya laughed. Slowly, she began to change. She moved her hands. She copied his actions. She smiled more. One day she even said excitedly, "Papa, look." Arvind couldn't believe it. Doctors later confirmed when a patient feels motivated, the body starts responding. That night, standing alone in the garden, Arvind whispered, "Thank you." The next day, he stopped Shivam. "Why do you dance?" he asked. Shivam smiled softly. "When I'm hungry, it hurts. But when I dance, I forget everything. And when people laugh, I feel happy." Arvind stood silent. Then he said something that changed everything. "From today, you are not just a visitor. You are part of this home." Shivam's eyes widened in disbelief. Ananya held his hand and smiled. "Now you'll come every day. Promise?" For the first time in his life, Shivam felt like he wasn't alone. And from that moment, all their lives began to change. Subscribe for kindness, K for kindness.